Tony Orlando, my good friend Jimmy Deal.
Danny Stefanetti, so great to have you with us. How are you?
Hi, Jimmy. It's been, I think, a year since I saw you last, and thank you for having me on your show again.
Oh, I'm so excited about having you back. You were one of my favorite guests. And of course, welcome to Celebrity Spotlight once again. You're award-winning singer, songwriter, amazing guitarist, so talented. Tell us how things are going out there in Palm Springs.
Oh, well, I know how much you love Palm Springs. We were talking earlier, but you're supposed to come here, I think, at the end of your career, but I've come here when I'm young, and there is a lot of history here, and, you know, Elvis, Marilyn and all came to this city, and I've really enjoyed the city. I've only been out here a couple of months, and it's been really good to me, as you can tell from all the shows I'm getting and all that. It's been a very exciting couple of months.
Yeah, I've been to a lot of those houses out there. It was Liberace's house and Elvis's honeymoon house and Elvis's house that he owned out there. So many fun places to visit there in Palm Springs.
Yeah, lots of vintage shops and cute like resorts out here. It's definitely a place to be.
Yep, and you have so many great things happening right now. A brand new single. The timing was on. Great song, great video. Tell us about the song. What was the inspiration to the song? Tell us all about it.
The timing was on is off Danny's Diamonds, and you've heard one of the first singles that we dropped. We haven't released a whole album yet, but I made it back in March last year, and it's a fully produced studio album. And the timing was on as the second single we released on Valentine's Day. Actually, it's a love song, and it was written, it could be about if the timing was off by just a second, you wouldn't have met your favorite person, the person you fall in love with, your friends, that animal that you just had to take in. But it's just about like that moment in time, and that's why well, I shot it in the desert, but that's why we did with the technology and everything. We did it set in Times Square, because it reminds me of those serendipity movies where two people cross each other, and if they hadn't have like stopped and smiled or given each other their number, they wouldn't have met. And that's kind of the concept of the song.
Right. Well, the timing in life means everything, right? I mean, and also that video. I love the video of you up on that big screen in Times Square. What a wonderful video.
Well, yeah, I had two powerhouse people. It was directed by Jeffrey Panzer, who's done, you know, the videos from John Mellencamp to Lil Wayne to Nicki Minaj to Wilson Phillips and a lot of others.
Wow.
And it was edited by Evan B. Stone, who's also done a lot of classic rock videos in the industry, from Michelle Branch, live work to a lot of my favorite artists. So I think Evan and Jeffrey worked on a 3 Doors Down video or something together, but he brought Evan out from New York to work in California. And I had the pleasure of having those guys helping me with this video. I shot it here in the desert, and then they took the footage, and it was a fun session.
Right. You have so much say in like all the controls of the video and the music, right? In the studio. How did you learn how to do all that stuff on the mixes and everything that you work on?
Oh, yeah, engineering. I guess ever since I was a kid, I've been learning the 4-track and analog and recording myself. But when I met my manager, Jeffrey Panzer, he kind of took me out of my shell and said, you know, you're going to do this album yourself. You're going to learn how to produce. You're going to learn how to mix it all. And I said, what? I'm doing what? You know, I thought I'd have to hire a band, a bass player, a drummer, you know, strings. And he goes, Danny, what budget do you have? And I was like, I don't have any. So we had to find creative ways of doing it, and we did.
Amazing. You're so talented that you're able to do all that stuff from the studio mixing to all the engineering to the singing to doing the video to doing the song. Amazing. And also I want to mention that it's available on for download, right, on iTunes, Spotify, Apple Music, right? And also on your website you can actually purchase the single, right? The timing was on
iTunes and all of that.
Great.
But yeah, jump over to the YouTube first to watch the music video, because that's the best part, and then go and check it out everywhere else.
Cool. Can you give us a little sample of the timing was on?
Oh, do you want me to play the whole song or
absolutely play the whole song for us?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Let's do it. Okay. tell you my life. I don't know what it's like to be with you now and hold you tonight. I'll try to write this song, maybe I'll go another day. Maybe you'll hear my song playing on the radio one day. But if the time was up, just 1 second. If the time was up, I would have never met you. But if the time was wrong, I'm so glad that it wasn't. 'Cause the reason that I wrote this song is the timing was on. Hey! La, 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 la. Now I know how to laugh when you're not far away. You're here with me, babe. Now I know who to call if my world fell or you catch my fall. I'll try to write this song, maybe I'll go another day. Maybe you'll hear my song playing on Times Square one day. Anyway, if the time was up, I'd just 1 second. If the time was up, I would never have met you. But if the timing was wrong, I'm so glad that it wasn't. 'Cause the reason that I wrote this song is the timing was on. Oh, if it was off by a second, I wouldn't know your name. If it was off by a second, how my life would have changed. Now I know what it's like to tell you my heart and tell you my life. Now I know what it's like to be with you now and hold you tonight. And hold you tonight. And I try to write this song. Oh, yeah. And I try to write this song. 'Cause the timing was
Wow, just a beautiful song. Fantastic. You are so great, Danny Stefanetti.
Thank
Right there,
you.
the timing was on. And of course, you could get that, download the single right now, right at Apple Music, right? Spotify, right?
Yeah,
All
out
these
on all the digital platforms.
all
Yeah.
on, and the video is absolutely awesome, available at YouTube as well, right? And I want to talk a little bit about how you got into music. I know it had to do with your granddaddy, right? Wasn't he like a big fan of country music, and that's how you sort of got into the business?
Yeah, my granddad did give me one of his guitars to practice on.
Mm-hmm.
And I grew up on my dad's old like rock and roll records, Peter Frampton, the Eagles.
Oh wow!
But my granddad was, into a lot of old country, and I was really into, what my grandparents were listening to at the time. So Dolly Parton, Keith Urban, Shania Twain, and it wasn't until I met my second guitar teacher that he took me onto the electric guitar, and I started really getting into Jimi Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Joe Walsh. and a lot of those greats, Mark Knopfler, Peter Frampton, learning those great blues riffs and trying to figure out, hang on, I love country, but I also love rock and I also love blues. And how can I make this into my own sound? And I was writing my own songs, and all of those influences obviously were coming into my songwriting.
Right. Now, you're originally from Perth, right? Australia. Another great guitarist and singer from Australia, Keith Urban. Didn't you have an experience with Keith Urban?
Yeah,
have you
in
met
the
him?
rain. Like quite a few years ago, he stopped in the rain, and that was a cool moment. And then since then, I've kind of just been on my own journey doing, moving to America and doing as many shows as I could. And
Right.
it has been very exciting. But that seems like years ago, so long ago now, because my life has changed so much. And working with William Lee Golden, writing together. And
Yeah. What was that like? How was William Lee Golden? He's been on the show. I know he's a great guy. Tell us about working
he
with him.
has been on the show.
He's been
Oh,
on my show.
wow.
Yes. He was actually one of my highest rated shows that I've had on.
Really? Oh, my.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, we were writing 2 songs together, and he is such a superstar, legend, a very arty guy. He's actually a great painter as well. And him and Simone just really treated me beautifully when I was in Nashville. And,
Right.
He's just so easy to work with. He's just a true superstar.
Right. I know you recently got back to Nashville, right? You won a Josie Award. Tell us about that at the Grand Ole Opry House. That must have been unbelievable.
Yeah, I was nominated for 6 different categories, and my categories hadn't been called out, so I was ready to order an Uber. I was ready
really?
to go home. Sore loser, and then they called my name out.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was a pretty amazing day, and also to be like winning the female vocalist of the year I was like, wow, okay. I thought it would be for the guitar or something. So I don't know. Yeah, it just meant a lot to me.
Right. How long do you does it take you to get back to Nashville and perform? Because I know now you're in Palm Springs. Do you get back to Nashville very often at all to play?
I only really go there twice a year when I can. I'm hoping to go back for this year's Josie Awards. And then I try to do recordings or any collaborations while I'm over there. Yeah.
Cool. Do you get out this way to New York City or New Jersey anytime?
I've been there 2 times in my life, and I really want to come back. So maybe in a Christmas when it's snowing, like the movies. But I haven't had an opportunity to. But I am getting a lot of fans out on the East Coast. So I hope to one day, come back to New Jersey or New York.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Even just have a holiday out there.
Yeah, it's nothing like Christmas in New York, of course.
Right, in the Macy's, all of it. So.
Tell me about, you had a stadium appearance. Tell us about that. It was tell us about. I know there were 16,000 people there. Tell us about that.
Yes, that was about 2 weeks ago on the 8th of March. I was doing a show at the Indian Wells Tennis Garden, and then next thing I got asked by my agent, we have an opportunity for you. Would you like to sing America the Beautiful? Well, he first of all said, do you know this song? And I said, no. He said, oh, would you be able to learn it in time for 7:30? And I had a show that day. I was playing 2 till 4. So I had a couple of hours to learn. I said, yep, I'll do it. I'll do it. And, but little did I know, I said, where are you guys putting me in the stadium? He said, yeah, in the stadium. I said, but where in the stadium? Like, where am I singing America the Beautiful? They said, oh, in the middle of the stadium. I went, oh, I better get the words right. And then they said, oh, and by the way, when you finish your last note, we're going to set off the fireworks. I went, no pressure.
Wow.
And I did get it right. Yes.
I saw the video. You did fantastic. I mean, you did such a beautiful job with that song.
Thank you. It was one of those songs where you can't get it wrong. Like, if you miss one word, you're lost for the rest of the song. So they televised it. I said to the sound guy, I said, can I write the lyrics on my arm or put something in front of me? He said, no, it's televised. There's drones. I went, oh gosh. I said, what happens if I forget the lyrics? They'll make those little funny clips, when people mess up. I thought, I don't want to be that. I'll never have a career again.
You did a fantastic job, and you didn't have to worry about that.
It was a great performance and a moment I'll never forget.
Yeah, you
Such
also,
an honor to sing that song.
yeah, and on top of that, you were also featured in Guitar World magazine. Tell us about that. And you're associated with a guitar company, right? Tell us about the guitar company that you're associated with.
Yes, two actually. PRS Guitars. I
Hmm.
played their Silver Sky, SE Silver Sky,
Right,
and yeah, the SE in the stone blue is just absolutely gorgeous. I've had it for over 2 years now,
right,
and I can't put it down. It's just part of my show now. I love playing that one, and it just feels so good to play. I love playing my acoustic, but on the electric side, I feel like it's easier to play than my acoustic,
oh,
and it
really?
sounds
Okay.
so good. Yeah. So I'm really happy with my electric guitar, and also, I've been doing some videos for Cable Free Guitar, which they're like a wireless system that you plug in and you can roam 100 feet out without tripping on cables.
Right.
And I really enjoyed, they have all different, like this Tune Boy speaker, which I rehearse with,
Right.
and all different, things on their site. So Cable Free Guitar have been very good to me as well.
Yeah, I mean, you have such a wonderful talent with guitars, and as you said, you've been doing that since you were a little girl.
Definitely, yeah. Since I was 8 or 9, it's like walking now. I just can't imagine doing anything else.
Is there a special Danny Stefanetti featured guitar that they sell yet?
Oh, well, one day I would love to have, maybe like a PRS baby pink one with a koala, just saying.
Oh, that would
One
be cool.
day.
I think that's in the cards. That's going to happen some way down the line, I'm sure.
Or it could be like completely silver inlay. I got ideas. My own signature one day. One can dream, right?
Absolutely. That's a good dream. Tell us about writing the music. I mean, how do the songs come to you, Danny? Do you wake up in the middle of the night with a song idea in your head? How's that all work for you? Is it past experiences?
Yeah, a lot of it comes from just watching movies or films, or really, since I've been a little girl, I
Hmm.
have been a people watcher. Like I was quite quiet as a child, and I would just be that person at the family gathering that would just be off in my own world, just staring out into the distance when there's chaos around me. So I have always been taking things in. So like other people's relationships, I just study and just watch. And then
Right.
next thing I'm writing a song about them.
That's amazing. And one of the other great songs that I absolutely love is "You Get Me Thinking of You." Tell us about that song.
Yeah, that was co-written with Jeff Panzer, and that was the first track we actually went to make for Danny's Diamonds. And
Hmm.
he got me onto listening to the Beatles a lot. You can hear the Beatlesque kind of influence on that track.
Right.
And it just worked when I was mucking around with all, the software and everything, and the drums and bass and playing all the parts. And that was the first pop upbeat rock song, and that's what I went, wow, actually maybe we can do an album. And that song we wrote within 15 minutes.
Are
Jeff
you
had
serious? Wow.
Yeah, Jeff had the song title idea, You Got Me Thinking of You, and then I was like, oh, how about these chords? It's a Tuesday, drink my coffee, watch a movie, go to the city. He said, no, what about watch Judge Judy? I said, no, we're not putting that in there. Watch a movie. You got me thinking, whoa. I just kind of wrote itself. I was like, how about we use that line you have as the title as the chorus? You got me thinking of you again and again. You got me thinking of you again and again. You're going around in my head. Always your friends. You got me thinking of you. Yeah, just one of those songs you can't get out of your head.
That song rocks. You do such a wonderful job with that song, and I know
Thank
it's doing really
you.
well for you too, right?
That one did really well. Yeah, it got on so many radios across the US and internationally. It went like number 4 on 6PR Perth radio, and then it also got number 1 on It Is Now UK radio charts, and it's still continuing to get on rotations. And
Amazing.
yeah, I see like this little girl singing it, Willow in the UK. Shout out to Willow. She did a little version of it. I just love it. seeing
You have a
everyone's.
lot of little girl fans that love you, right? And follow you. I know.
Oh yeah, my little koalas.
You little koala bears. I know you have a thing with koala bears. Tell us about
Do I?
that. Tell us about Danny speaking, in fact.
Well, yeah, Danny speaking. It came out, in at the end of, in the middle of 2022,
Mm-hmm.
and I was kind of bored. I was doing all the shows and all that, but I wanted to create something where people could get to know my personality and hear the music and a bit of comedy and whatever really came out. So we'd have a theme like week. One week would be country, one would be rock. I remember the rock week I did, and the eyeliner was so terribly bad. I can't even watch that one again. And then we did one where I did an Elaine dance. I did the kick. You know the
Uh-huh.
kick? Yeah, I did that. And we were going to just have a comedy show, and then I didn't want to turn into people not think I'm a serious musician. So we didn't go too far with the comedy. We went straight back into the music. It was a really fun show to make, and
Right.
maybe I could bring it back soon. We'll see. I'm just too busy with the shows.
Yeah, I mean, and you have so many great products and stuff on your website that people can
Yeah.
purchase. Your music, you have some great
Yeah.
pictures. In my studio, of course, you signed a picture for me a while ago. This remains in my studio all the time.
We got
One of
to
my
send you
favorite.
out the cowgirl one because I know
I'm looking forward to getting that one. I love that picture. That's an
Yep,
awesome picture.
I'll send you a signed one.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
we have lots of merch. I sent a fan bundle, a koala fan bundle to a fan, Nigel, Wesley Media Hub, and he's also done some videos for me. Great guy,
Oh, right.
very talented, and he was doing a koala bundle opening the other day, and it just cracked me up, Jimmy. It was just great. He was so excited to get this bundle.
Wow. That's so awesome. And anyone can go, it's DannyStefanetti.com, right? Where they can actually check out all this stuff.
Yeah, we got a diverse range of things from signed posters to signed CDs, and that when this Danny's Diamonds drops, we'll probably put it on the website before it even gets digitally released. We're probably going to put it on there. Yeah, so
Well, let
working
me
on
know
that.
when you release it, because I'll definitely mention when it comes out, because I'm looking forward to
Oh,
that. Danny Diamonds, absolutely.
I'll let you know. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
And another thing I want to
really
talk about
my
is I saw you on television here in New York City on Channel 7 with Sandy Kenyon. That had to be a great experience. Tell us about that.
That was it back in March. Was it
Mm-hmm.
1 year ago now? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that thank you, Sanni Kenyon, Jeff Panzer, and William Lee Golden. Just an amazing opportunity, and I heard that piece got aired on the back of taxi cabs and throughout the US. And what a story that was, and the quotes that William said about me, and they took some photos when I was at the Grand Ole Opry. It was just a great interview. And now Sandy Kenyon has just retired, and
Yes.
he's so talented, and such a treat for him to go out of his way and do that for an independent artist like me. So I want to publicly say thank you to Sandy and Jeff. My manager used to work with Sandy back in the day, I think at ABC or one of the companies. And
Right.
yeah, thank you guys for pushing for me to do that.
Yeah, it was a wonderful piece. It was, it was a long piece too on Channel 7 News, and I'm like, that's Danny Stefanetti. I said, I know Danny. It was so awesome.
I can't believe you saw it.
I did see it. It was awesome. I loved it absolutely. And
Oh.
how often do you get back to Australia to play?
I haven't been back in years. I can't even remember. It's like been so long, and with all my commitments out here, it's very hard for me to get home, and I miss my family, miss my friends.
Right.
But I just was called to be out here, and I'm sticking it out, Jimmy.
Absolutely. Now, did you toured a lot in Australia before you came right to the US, right?
For many years, I did over a decade of touring. I call it the hard yards. My dad is my road manager. He would, through the outback, through Kalgoorlie, the red dirt of Australia, we would go and play shows together. He would help me carry my gear. He's Italian. So sometimes there would be just him and a barman watching me, and I have to do 3 hours, and and then some great gigs too. Like it was some rowdy crowds, some really sweet crowds. We saw it all, over the years, and
Oh, sure.
it got to a point where I did all the hard yards and I wasn't growing anymore. I needed to stretch myself. I knew there was more than that for me.
Right,
And
right.
my music had so many of those American country influences and rock that I knew I needed to go to America. I just knew it. Even as a kid, I knew I one day would be out here.
Right.
But Australia was good to me, and but it certainly has been a wild ride out here.
Yeah, I'm sure it has been. Also, I have a question from a listener. Tom Payton, one of our great listeners, been with us for a long time, wants to know if you were influenced by the Bee Gees at all, since they were also from Australia.
I love listening to Bee Gees. They were in that John Travolta movie.
Oh, you mean Saturday Night Fever? It's a legendary Brooklyn movie.
Flare pants. I mean, my parents were into Bee Gees and that high voice, very high. That's their signature, I didn't get into Bee Gees, but I know my mum loves Bee Gees.
Oh, really?
She tried to get me into it.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, they're a great group, and of course they were huge over there, and then over here they just blew up, especially with Saturday Night Fever, an awesome movie.
I think they actually had a British accent, and then they lived in Australia or something like that.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, very talented band.
Yeah, another great song I love that you did called 17 Stars. Tell me about 17
Thank
Stars.
You. Yeah, that was on my Live at Big Bear record, and I wrote that in a little city called Yucaipa out here in California.
Oh, really? Wow.
I was out there after the pandemic, and it was very quiet. There was an apricot tree. There was a German shepherd. I had a tranquil time out there, and that song I just wrote in a couple of minutes, and maybe we'll play a verse and a chorus.
Yeah, can you give me a little bit of 17 Stars? I love that song. Yeah. It's a great song.
Yeah, that was a fun one to write, and I love playing it at my live shows as well.
Cool.
Let's do a verse and a chorus of it. Like the way that we argue on a Monday, it only takes 2 hours before we make up on Monday, and I don't need flowers. People are so divided, but I know who you are, and we don't need titles to say, just be who you are. I got 17 stars above me, and a God who really loves me. We'll start a family in the summertime. I got a house by the river, and apricot tree next to it. The world could be falling, but I got a lot of faith. Got a lot of faith in you. Yeah, it goes like that.
Great song. So awesome. 17 Stars right there. Jenny Stefanetti. So fun having you on the show. Tell me, what do you do for free time? When you have some free time, what do you like to do to relax?
I love to go to the spa. Who doesn't, hey? And I love to go running and get out in nature. And I love having animals around me makes me feel good.
Oh, that's good. Do you have a lot of pets? Do you have there in Palm Springs?
I don't have my own pet, but I definitely anywhere I go, animals seem to gravitate around me.
Oh, really? Okay.
And I like to show them a lot of affection.
So cool. And of course, you said you're played on the radio. Where was the very first time you were when you heard yourself on the radio? What was that like?
When I was a kid, or
yeah, the very first time you heard yourself on the radio.
I can't remember when the first time it was, but I would probably say it was when back in Perth at something.
Really?
I remember watching myself back on a TV show. I think I was on a TV show before I was on radio, and I remember watching myself back, and I do remember me going, "Wow, my nose is big."
No,
because when you listen to your voice, that's one thing. But then when you see
Right.
yourself on camera, you're like, geez, that angle wasn't flattering. But
Right.
now I don't really care. Like, it's just,
Yeah,
I am who I am. You
exactly.
got to get over it.
Sure. So, anything else would you like to talk about before we wrap up the interview?
Well, I'd like to thank you for being a loyal, supporter of mine,
Oh,
and I love
absolutely.
what your show does. And congratulations on, on all that you've done on your show.
Thank you so
Celebrity
much.
Spotlight and on iHeartMedia and all of that. iHeartRadio,
Thank
sorry.
you. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate you coming back on the show. It was so fun having you. It always is. And I wish you all the best of luck with your brand new single. The timing was on. What a great song. And of course, people will tell us how to get it again.
Yeah, they can go over to YouTube and type "The Timing Was On" by Danny Stefanetti, and you'll find it. And it's set in Times Square. It's a really fun video. You'll see lots of couples walking by. It's set like a movie. That's how it was produced. And also check out "You Got Me Thinking of You," my other single, "Moon Looks Pretty Tonight." I've got a big catalog out there, so
Right.
dropping music all the time.
You got a couple albums there, and you can get them all at your website again, DannyStefanetti.com, right?
Yeah, and join us, on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and all that. I'm always putting out content, and I can't wait for everybody to hear the other songs on this album.
And you also list where you're going to be playing, right? Or your tours and upcoming shows?
Yeah, I put that all on DannyStefanetti.com. When some of them are private functions, I can't put them out. But when it's public, I put them on the bands in town, and it comes up on my website.
Oh, so awesome. We'll be looking forward to I hope you get out here to New York and New Jersey. We'd love to see you. We'd love to have you out here, of course.
That would be awesome. Like,
that would be awesome.
I miss New York City, and I miss a great big pizza or just like a good pasta,
Yeah, the pasta.
Whatever street it is where the Italians are in New York.
That's right. And you have a little Italian in your name. You have Danny Stefanetti, of course. You have the Italian background there with you coming from Australia.
Bagels. I love the bagels.
Do you love the bagels? Really? Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. Well, Danny Stefanetti, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Please come back on the show. Keep us up to date with what's going on with you and your new music and your new videos. And, of course, those videos are available to see on YouTube, right?
Yes. Go on over and make sure you share this interview with Jimmy and I, and bring more of your friends over to say hello.
Well, thank you, Danny, once again. I appreciate it so much, and I will be in touch.
Thank you. I'll send you a poster in the mail.
Absolutely. Thanks, Danny. I appreciate it so much. I'll text you after the show.
Yeah, this sounds good. Exactly. Thanks, Jimmy. Bye.
Have a great night. Thank you, Danny. I appreciate it so much. Bye-bye. Good night now. All right. Danny Stefanetti, great artist. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you for watching, everybody. Coming up next Monday night, the Yankees stories, Untold. This is with a baseball rules consultant. His name is Rich Marzi. And he's going to be here. And then this guy, I mean, he's interviewed all the New York Yankees. He's been in MLB baseball for a long, long time. So if you're a baseball fan or you're a Yankees fan, you don't want to miss next week's show. And I also have a special co-host. His name is Tommy P. He's going to be joining me. Again, it's Rich Marzi, and he's got a brand new book. It's called The Yankees Stories Untold. And we're going to find out all that inside information about and behind the scenes information about the New York Yankees and about baseball in general, which is pretty awesome. So make sure you join us for that. Also coming up, I have author, chef, fashion and design, and recording artist Sophia Diaz. She was just recently featured in, she's going to be actually featured in Red Silk Carpet magazine, a magazine that I was in recently. So she's going to be in there, and we're going to talk about that. She's actually going to be, I think it's going to be released the same day as we actually do that particular interview, which is pretty awesome. Also, I want to mention that last weekend I attended Tony Orlando's last show in Atlantic City. I want to thank Tony. I want to wish him the best on his retirement. 60 years of performing live and 60 years of being in show business. Thank you, Tony Orlando, for all the great music. and all the entertainment over the years. We wish you all the best. We love you. And also, I want to thank everyone for listening. Thank you so much for tuning in to Celebrity Spotlight. Cindy Lake Ronkonkoma, my friend Tom Payton is out there. Beryl in Virginia, she's always out there. Thank you so much, Beryl. Tommy Bay Ridge. Also, we got Trisha in Sun City, Florida. My mom in Brooklyn. Marty in Gravesend. Thank all of you for listening every single week. I really do appreciate it. We will catch you next Monday with the 7 p.m. at the Yankees Untold show. So make sure you join us, 7 p.m. Eastern time, 4 p.m. Pacific time. It's going to be a fantastic show all about baseball, just in time for the baseball season. So once again, thank you for joining me. Have a great Holy Week and a great Easter weekend coming up. And we will catch you next Monday for our baseball show, the Yankee Stories Untold. Take care, everybody. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.